Hello and welcome to our live stream, our Holiday Heroes live stream today. My name is Alice Boll and I am so excited to be with you to share something that can rescue your holidays. I guess that's the whole point of this. We are here for So this all came together by my friend Christy Sloan from My Artful Adventures, and she was hosting this whole event over on YouTube or over on Facebook today. But Facebook had some massive gremlins in the works, so that didn't work out. So instead, we are here. So one Mommy Scrappin is here. She says hello and thank you for being here. I'm so glad that this is working. Oh, I think there's one little thing I should set before we go ahead. So we're going to keep this really quick and really short, and I'm so excited to share some of this with you because I think it's really fun. And sometimes we just need that one more thing, or we just don't have a really good idea for a gift to give to, especially somebody like grandparents. It's like, what do you get for people that A, have their own money and can buy anything that they want, and then B, like kind of have all their own stuff already. So that can be a really challenging thing, and I thought this was just the perfect kind of project. So you want to see? Let's show you. This is a Christmas memories album, and so I'm going to show you how easy it was to make, and we'll make the whole base of this in less than half an hour, right? Like it's going to be like super fast and easy. And let's just switch the screens a little bit so that you can have a look at what's on my desk. You'll kind of see what I'm going to make. I'm going to make one right in front of you so that you're not like, oh my gosh, she said that was going to be fast. Gail says, hello, it's working. Thank you, Gail, for letting me know. I see some friends, Allison and Beth are in the house. I saw Amy is here. So yes, this is a little mini album that I made, and literally you can put the whole thing together in half an hour. Now, it might take you 5 hours just to pick the photos you want to put into it, but that's up to you. You can make it as easy as possible to actually make the project. Okay, so let's just go through and have a quick peek at what I've created. I'm gonna move this out of the way because that's for like the next one. It's a simple accordion book, so it might look all fancy and pretty, but you're not gonna have to figure out how to bind a bunch of crazy stuff. We made every step easy. Now you might think at one point, like, Alice, you wasted more material, like that you could have totally made use of. Trust me, you're gonna let it go when you see how easy this is. So it's just an accordion book that opens up and reveals all of these beautiful Christmas memories. Now, if you wanted to include more things in it, I'll show you how to make it even bigger so you can add even more stuff in it. But of course, like the accordion book is double-sided, so you just have so much room to put so many photos. Or if you don't have very many photos, you can make it a little bit smaller. I'll show you how to do that too. So it's all very customizable and very quick to do. Now, of course, you can like make it a little extra, but I'll show you how to make it pretty without like taking it too much time. And for something to not take me too much time, that's shocking. That's shocking right there. You will notice that I have used the only specialty product that I kind of used in this one is a little bit of Velcro in some pieces, but I've got different ideas if you don't have any Velcro little strips laying around to use either. So let's get this thing started, right? Let's see how easy it is to make. I'm going to set this pretty one aside, and I'm going to ask you to pick 3 or 4, probably 4 sheets of pretty paper. So I just grabbed this pack that I have, probably from last year. Maybe it's older than last year. I don't even know. Like, use up what's in your stash, right? This one was made using literally 4 sheets of paper and some stickers that were matching, and that is it. So that's what we're gonna do. I have got a sheet of stickers here, and we're gonna just pick 4 of these papers to use in the project. Now, I'm just gonna pick them with you really quick because I think that helps us kind of see what I was looking for when I was choosing my papers. So this one here is nice on both sides. It doesn't have anything unusual or strange that when you cut the paper up, it would look weird. Sometimes, you know, you've got like half of Santa's head and half of like a Santa's lower body. That would be awkward, right? So we're just gonna preview the papers to see what would be good choices. This one here, very simple, green polka dot paper. There's a little bit of cool things on the background of this one. We've got some red plaid with some trees, quite like that. This floral is super nice. What's on the back? This is one of those examples of that could look weird when we're doing it, right? Because like the words might not end up all together where you can read them. And so I'm gonna just set this one aside. While this is beautiful, I'm gonna set this aside because we're actually gonna take advantage of both sides of the pretty paper, okay? This one totally would be fine. This one, another one that just doesn't quite work. So I think just pulling them out, you'll get an idea of what we're looking for here. Very good. I love this white one with all the little tags. These tags are not, there's an odd number here, so I'm going to put that out because I think that's going to bother me. These also don't split into quadrants, so there. Okay. I only need 4 of these. So now that's the hardest part because I've eliminated the easy ones to eliminate. I really like this holly berry, so we're going to keep that. We're going to keep this pretty red plaid with the trees. Let's keep one of these greens. Which one of these greens? Maybe with the red on the back of the green. And then what do we got? I like the little stockings, so let's go with this black one. Okay, and that's all we need. That's all we need. We're gonna take it away. We're gonna put it away. It's all good. If we wanted to do extra pages, we could pull out more of them later. But we're just gonna go with the simple base project. Okay, I'm just gonna cut the strips off, and we're gonna get started on showing you just how easy this project will be. Let's bring out my, so you can see there's nothing that is prepped here. Everything I'm gonna prep with you because I want you just to see how simple it is to make this project. Now we're gonna pay attention to what is vertical and what is not. So this side doesn't really have much of a vertical. This side does. We're just gonna put this into our trimmer at 6 inches. I guess it doesn't have to be vertical. They look a little weird. I think it's fine. Whichever. We're gonna score it on the vertical. Okay? Just score it up and down on the vertical. And then we're gonna put it in now horizontally and cut it at 6 inches. So we're just cutting it in half. We scored it in half one way and we're cutting it in half the other. So now we have little pieces that will bend and fold just like this, right? Bend and fold little pieces like this. I'm not like even bone folding them yet. We're just gonna tuck those aside and we'll get the rest of the sheets ready. Now, one of the sheets is gonna be for my cover. I need to decide which one's gonna be for my cover. And I'm gonna do that one separately, okay? We're gonna do that one separate. So maybe I will do this red plaid for my cover, okay? So I'm just gonna set that one aside separate just so we'll prep the other sheets first. Now, does this one have a vertical? Not especially, but I think this is fine. So we'll just score it here and we're going to cut it in half the other way. So you've got one side scored, one side cut in half. So we're making good use of all of this paper and getting it all put together like an adorable project. Okay, so once again, now here's one that's a really good example of why you have to pay attention. You would not want these scored the wrong way. That would be awkward. So let's not do the awkward thing. We can pay attention just for this. This is the whole purpose right here. Score it vertically so that, you know, your little things are all going to be legible. Otherwise, they're going to be sideways in your book. You're going to look at that and be like, do better, do better. How do I know this? I've been there. I think we've all done it at one point. You score something, you go to put it on your sheet, and you're like, or you cut something, and you're like, should have been cut the other way. Now, that kind of thing will really bother me. So, yeah, it's part of knowing yourself. Okay, so these little strips, these ones aren't even good cutoff strips. So I'm just gonna tuck those aside. And we're gonna take these pieces that we've made and we're gonna make our accordion. So it will be fast and simple to put this together. You'll see I just kind of semi-scored them. We're gonna do the major scoring afterwards. Like, they're just scored. We're gonna like get in there and bone fold it after. So don't worry about that part yet. Okay, so let's look at the patterns. I want to see some of each of the patterns. I'm gonna just take some and flip them over so I have some of each pattern. Okay, now I'm looking at these patterns and like these are kind of more like solids and these are more patterny. So all I'm gonna do just to kind of make the album flow nice is to alternate them. I'll do one that is a pattern and one that's a solid and one that's a pattern and one that's a solid and one that's a pattern and one that's a solid. And then we're literally gonna glue them together just like that. Okay, so very simple, very easy. And I am going to use my paper tape. Do you guys call this paper tape? Adhesive tape, double-sided adhesive roller. Not really a roller, it's like a roll of double-sided adhesive, whatever you call this, sookwang tape, whatever you call this. This is what I recommend because it's super easy and fast to work with. Plus, it sticks good so that your project isn't gonna fall apart when people are handling it, because inevitably somebody's gonna want to pick up this little book and look through it, right? They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, look at those cute little pictures. That little face of telling Santa what he wants for Christmas is the cutest thing. And people are gonna touch it and they're gonna interact with it. So let's use some tape that's gonna hold up for that. Okay. Next up, we're just gonna start sticking these together and basically just making this big long row exactly like what we did right here. And then from there, we'll just accordion that back and forth. So let's, while I'm taping, because this will take a minute and a half, right, to get this part done. Sookwang tape. Yeah, Beth, I know. It's like, it goes by different names depending on who you talk to. I've always called it sookwang because that's what it literally says on the packaging. And I said that to somebody one day and they're like, what? And when I show them, they're like, oh, that. So it just depends on what you've called it as to what kind of works for you. Now, this feels wasteful a little, I will tell you. Feels like a tiny bit wasteful because we're gonna layer one paper right on top of the other paper. Now, could you do this more economically? Sure, you could. You could do it more economically. However, sometimes you just have to be nice to yourself and give yourself a break and say, it's gonna be good. It's all gonna be okay. So we're gonna stick this in together. I kind of fold this edge up so that my edges line up. And there you go. And now the next one will go in there too. So now we tape the next one. Okay, tear and tape. There you go. Kathy's is tear and tape, right? Like, see, we all have our little names for stuff. It's like, oh, what do you guys call it? So if this feels wasteful to you and you're like, oh, I wouldn't want to get rid of all of that paper, you're losing a lot. You know, you could do this with little tiny strips that you then tape stuff to the pieces and like scored little pieces of paper. There's ways of making an accordion folder that are a little more economical, but I argue not as fast because then you're doing more cutting and more planning and more organizing. And this is pretty fast. So, well, I am the kind of person that guts my papers when I make like scrapbook pages. You guys see me do that all the time during the scrapbook live sessions. Sometimes I'm the person that just economizes for time's sake, right? And I think that's perfectly fine too. Okay, we're gonna line this up. Let's line it up. That would make it easier. And so the reason that I alternated the patterns was just so that you get a little bit of all the patterns when we open it up like this. Now the last one, you will see all of that last one. So if at some point you're like making this and you're like, oh, I'd really like this one to be double or whatever, you can adjust that. Like, you could totally adjust it. But I think that if you're thinking about that right now, you might be overthinking it. Just a little thought. just a little thought, right? Bess says, I like how this tutorial includes the self-talk. Be better. Be good to yourself. Right? Just be kind to yourself. Right now, I guarantee that you are a busy person that doesn't really need more projects, but you're also stuck and you're like, what do I get for the grandparents? What do I get for my parents? What do I get for so-and-so? Like great Aunt Betty, like she needs nothing, right? Like, what do you get for these people? And sometimes just giving them the gift of like all these memories of times together can be the perfect thing. And honestly, when you're wanting to find your pictures of this, like depending on what you choose to put into the album, I chose like Christmas memories. It could be highlights of your year from this year. It could be memories of a certain person, right? Like you could just go into, like if you use Apple, you can have your photos sorted by person. You just go in and select that one person and all your pictures of that person comes up and you can just go print, 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 print. Now, when we get into this assembly part a little bit further, I'll give you a couple of quick advice things on printing photos. And I'll show you what I did well and what was like a little awkward and made things harder for myself. Because, you know, sometimes we're that person, even when you're planning something simple, it kind of just starts to go off the rails. I get it. I'm your people. So that's okay. Allow yourself to, like, you know, accept that sometimes you're gonna just take something and make it a little more complicated. It's not a big deal. But I can't wait to have this done. I don't have all the pictures printed for this one yet, but I have started on it and I'm really looking forward to it. And I think it's just going to be like this little series that I'll just keep adding to. Okay. So, here we go. And stick this together. Have I done this? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Line it up. Okay, one more, and then that's our base that's built, and then all we have to build is, oh, I kind of wish this one was my double. Wouldn't that be cute? It's just such pretty paper. It's all good. It's all good. It's gonna be beautiful. So nice. Okay, we'll get this stuck together. Now, I was gonna do this live on Facebook and take only half an hour. So that is kind of my goal right now, but you know, we're on YouTube now. And I don't have a person immediately like chasing me down right afterwards. So, you know, if we need a couple extra minutes, I don't even think we will. Honestly, it's just that fast. If it's your first time going through this, like everything was simple, right? All the cutting instructions couldn't be easier. Score your paper in half, turn it, now cut it in half. Done. We like directions like that, right? No fussy cutting. No fussy cutting. There's no sewing. There's no fussy cutting. There's no coloring. Unless you want to include those kind of things. And then I am not your teacher for that. Just saying. Okay, so now we have a beautiful long strip of beautiful paper, and we are just going to accordion fold it up, right? We're just gonna accordion fold it. And as we fold it up, we're gonna score some of these edges that we didn't score yet. And that's gonna be fine. Okay. So we've got accordion folds in this We got accordion folds on the opposite side too. Now, if yours is like mine, it's gonna line up really well. But maybe not perfectly, but trust me, once you put it in the thing, it's gonna be fine. So let me show you. It's lined up pretty good, but maybe not perfectly. That's okay. It's totally okay. Okay, so once we put it in the book, you're never gonna notice that. Okay, so now we just have to make a cover. And trust me, the cover is just as easy. This was designed as a half-hour assemble the book project. So I'm gonna start just by cutting this strip off of this. Now I have a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Now if anybody needed to know, this is the Farmhouse Christmas collection from Cartabella. I think it came out last year, but if it came out the year before or the year before that, don't quote me, right? Like, it's possible. It was in my stash. Okay, now this one we are also just gonna cut and we're gonna score it, and then we're gonna cut it in half. Okay, so we're gonna score it first, and we're gonna score it on the vertical just like we did on the other ones. Score it on the vertical and cut in half. Okay. Now, one of the things that I think makes this really cute and adorable is the way I did my cover. So, this cover has just a little fold over edge. Now, if you don't have little Velcros, which is what I used to sort of secure it, it's not like super secure. It's just, I want it to kind of sort of stay there. You know, depending on how thick your accordion folds are, once you've added photos, once you've added a couple little embellishments, like that could be a little bit skinnier. And if you're planning to make one that's a little bit skinnier, I'll show you what to do. But I think having the little cover makes it kind of just like an extra cute little wrapped up little present thing. You could wrap a little string around this or a ribbon around this. You can actually incorporate it right into your cover, and I think that would be cute. So all we have to do to make the cover is we have to make two pieces that have a little score for that edge. So all we're making is our binding. That's all that we're scoring. Now, I scored this 1 inch. So, you know, this definitely has room for extra. So if you're looking at that and you're thinking, I need more pages than this because I have way more photos, you could probably add another 2, maybe 3, if you're keeping your pages kind of flat, sheets of paper. Try one, just add like 1 more, and then if that's not enough, you can add 1 more. It's totally fine. But yes, this makes it look finished. So Kathy says it makes it look finished. So this is 12 inches right here, and all we're gonna do is put 1 extra score line in. So we're just gonna go in and put an extra score line. So we scored the first time already at 6. Right, that one's already scored here at 6. I'm just gonna move it over to 7, and I'm gonna score it. Now I'm gonna call this one my front cover, and I'm gonna take this one and make it my back cover, and I'm just gonna do it exactly the same. So because we want that scored piece to be exactly the same. So I'm going to do the same. Keep it vertical here, just in case your pattern matters. And I'm going to put this one in at 7 inches as well. Okay? And score it. Because what we're going to end up doing, and it's up to you, you might choose to do it a little different, is we have a short piece for the back that's obviously going to be too short to cover, right? That's too short. But we're going to put the long piece over top of it. So now it's wrapped up beautiful. And now the short piece comes around to the front. Now I cut mine off even shorter because I thought it was cuter with just a cute little edge, leaving me room to decorate. But if you don't like that, you could leave it longer and you could do the little decorated edge here. that would totally be cute too. And when you tie it with a ribbon or something, that would be awesome. Your Velcros, actually, if you had Velcros to stick, they might stick a little bit better if this edge is a little bit longer, because I will say that this one here, because there is like a gap here, it could have used a little more stability for that, but like it's fine. It's going to sit on the coffee table and people are going to pick it up and handle it, so I think it's fine. Yeah, so let's just put this back cover and front cover together and put the insides on the insides, and we're going to be good to go. So we're just going to set this aside for a sec, and we've got the score lines here. So we're going to do 2 pieces. Okay. So we're gonna run the score, run the tape along the inside of that score so that we still have that boxy piece, right? So that you can see we're on the inside of here. I'm going to run it across here at the top and at the bottom. And then we're gonna put it along the side as well. So that's not a perfect square, right? It's a rectangle because it's the small piece. And then on this piece here, oh, that's going to be for the inside cover. And then we're going to do the same on the back of that very same piece, because that's going to go onto your outside cover. So we're going to do exactly the same. So this little window that we just made here, copy it on the back side, right along the inside of that score. You don't get too close to the edge. As long as you're somewhat close to the edges, it'll be all good. It'll hold together nice. And then we just need good. Now we're going to peel the ones off the back here and stick it to this one. Okay, I'm just going to fold this right over so it's easy to stick down. Can you see this on camera? Good. Just lining up the edges. Really nice. It's probably the hardest stick right here is because you want your cover to line up nice, right? Okay, let's get that folded. And then on the inside, all we need is one more little piece of this tape along the inside of this fold. So we've got the folds along the opposite edge here. We're just going to add another piece here so that the thing is all the way to that edge. And I'm probably going to put one here in the middle as well, because this is supporting this whole little accordion piece. We're just going to give that like plenty of support right in the middle. Okay. Now, here's about the only thing that is a little tricky, and if you did it differently, I won't say wrong, if you did it differently, it would still work. It will just be a little different. Now, the only thing that I'm going to suggest is make sure that any of your vertical pieces are vertical, and then you're going to want to stick it down in the middle. Just make sure your vertical pieces are vertical, and I would suggest that it opens opposite of a storybook. Now, here's why I suggest that. I'll show you with this one. I'm suggesting it opens opposite of a storybook so they grab it and then you pull it all out. Okay, because then it kind of feels like it opens up like that. If you did it so that it opened like the other way, it would totally be fine. But I think with the final piece opening up like this, I think it just is a little bit better than opening this way off the final piece. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe you like the other way better. Like, so now you know that you're like looking at mine, you're like, no, I like it different. So that's totally fine. I will not be offended. I will be most impressed that you made it. Okay, so we're going to stick this down in the middle here, and we're going to line it up. Now, because we have these great scores on either side, if something isn't quite perfectly straight, the scores are hiding it. So you can see I've got my short side here overlapping my long side. And, you know, if I want to trim this down, I might, just for consistency between my two albums that are going to hang out together. Look how cute they are. And look at that. It's done. Like, it's done. Now I just can go in and add my photos all the way through the fronts and back sides of this. Now, if you're wanting to count, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots here, if you're counting the inside cover too, okay? I didn't count like the very back cover here because I did cut it off on my other one. So like that's like 14-ish, maybe 15 photos, you know, that you would use, 14, maybe 13 photos to make the little project. Now, here's where it can go off the rails. So if you make the project more complicated, you totally can. So maybe you'll add like little photos that flip out on some of your pages. When you do that, folding it back up like an accordion can be a little tricky, which is why I have used the Velcros in there. So that's just what I'm gonna say. Like sometimes it's like, how does this go back together? But if you have the Velcros to hold those photos kind of down so that you open them up, that makes it a little bit easier. And that's it. You guys, are you like impressed? I actually pulled that off in half an hour. I am. I am. I think that it's pretty great. So it's a quick, easy album now ready for you to just add all your photos. I am totally going to get this filled up. I have photos prepped and ready to go so I can pop them in. Now, here's the deal. If one of these patterns that you picked, you don't especially love it, or you're looking at this and you're like, ah, that's way too much green. Once you add photos to those pages, you don't have all that green anymore. It's just not in your way. You barely have room for decorating in this book. And that's kind of a blessing, right? It's like super easy. It doesn't have to be hard. Make it simple, make it fun, make it fast, and give it away as a fabulous gift this holiday season. Okay, one last thing. Let me bring this back around here. Beth's like very impressed. It was so quick and cute, right? So this was supposed to be part of a bigger event over on Facebook with lots of different creators sharing all kinds of different things. And the creator right after me is our very own Allison Day from our ScrapHappy group. And Allison is doing a crochet project where she takes a crochet square and using magic that she will teach you, turns it into the cutest little Christmas tree to put on your Christmas tree, like a Christmas tree ornament that is a Christmas tree. And I can actually even make a crochet square. Like that is the lowest bar when it comes to crochet. So if that is the level that you have reached, you know, mine is like maybe a little less squarish. Like it's more like a crochet, almost square, somewhat egg shape. But you know, it will still work for this amazing project that she has. So I will have the link shared right underneath. If I sent you here by email, it's already in there. She says it's not by magic, I swear. She'll show you how to make it work, and you'll be able to make your own adorable little crochet piece. Did I have the picture of it? I thought I had it. No, I didn't get that picture put up, but I encourage you to check that out next. I will make sure that it is linked underneath this video so that you can go and check out that and learn how to make your fabulous little crochet piece. To all the creators that we were supposed to be hanging out with today for this event over on Facebook, I am sorry that it was not. I will leave this here on YouTube so that you can enjoy the replay, and hopefully we'll have better luck next time when we do another group event like this Holiday Heroes. But yeah, so much fun. Lynn says, this is great. Thanks, Alice. Margaret says, thank you so much. I love mini albums, and they're usually so time consuming and labor intensive. Doesn't have to be. Literally whipped this out in half an hour on camera with zero prep. Like zero. I didn't even cut the strips off the paper, right? Like it was all right here in front of you. So it can be that simple and that easy. Okay. Have the best holidays ever. Hopefully this is just one little thing to help check something off of your list. And I will see you soon. Happy scrapping, everyone. Bye. Oh, you're so welcome. This was a joy.